back, everyone, to the 106th PGA Championship, where the reigning Masters champion, Scottie Scheffler, joins us. Scottie, welcome to Valhalla, and what is your 5th PGA Championship. First of all, congratulations. And how have the first few days of fatherhood been?
Yeah, first few days have been nice. It was good getting some time at home, but yeah, it's pretty wild. A lot of fun. It's a pretty exciting time for Meredith and me. But as far as this week goes, yeah, excited to be here, excited to play, be here and compete. You know, this is, it's a major championship week, and, this is what I practice and prepare for, is to play my best at these events, and, hopefully the trend will continue.
That's great. Thanks. We'll open it up to questions, starting with Dan over on 6.
Anything about the whole process surprise you at all?
Of what?
Childbirth?
Yeah. A lot.
No, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just wild watching Meredith go through that, and then, I mean, it's nuts. I don't really know how to describe it. Watching, the little dude come out of Meredith, and, we waited, and it was a surprise for us whether it was going to be a boy or a girl, and so being able to tell my wife that it was a boy, and yeah, it was a wild ride. Extremely proud of Meredith after watching her go through that. I mean, it's nuts, and I'm glad it was her going through it, not me, because I don't know if I could have done it. It was pretty nuts, but yeah, extremely proud of her, and the look on her face right after birth. I mean, she's just glowing, and so proud of herself, and so excited to have our little boy.
Let's go next to Mike 10, followed by 5 and 20.
Hey, Scottie, my wife wanted to insist that I ask about your wife. So how is Meredith doing with the last week, and specifically celebrating her first Mother's Day as well, too?
Yeah, first Mother's Day was fun. Yeah, first Mother's Day was Sunday, and then her birthday was on Monday. So, yeah, it was a fun 5-6 days for us. And she's doing well, recovering nicely. We're very, very fortunate to be in this position with a healthy mom and a healthy baby, and hopefully that will continue.
Yeah, Scottie, I'm just curious. Is this your first time in Louisville?
I think it is. Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's my first time here.
What are your overall thoughts on Valhalla and just the community in general?
Well, to be honest, I haven't seen much of the community. I doubt that I'll see much of it this week. Typically, the majors are mostly just me going to the house and here. That's pretty much the only two things that I'll see. The support around this event seems to be tremendous. There's a lot of people out there for the practice rounds, and they're fighting through the rain and the elements today to be here and watch us. And so the practice rounds have been fun. As far as the golf course goes, I think it's a good track. It seems to be in good shape. We'll see how much rain we get over the next day or two, and as the tournament goes on. But the course seems to be in good shape.
Okay, and one other thing is, I know this is the largest corporate build in terms of it's close to Ryder Cup level. I was just curious, as a golfer, having all those, the different tents and things like that, does that ever serve as a distraction, or is it something where you learn, you walk around, you get comfortable with the course, and you go from there?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really notice any extra tents or anything like that out there. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say. I mean, it's nice to have the support of our tournament, here, and I'm excited to be here and compete. But as far as the grandstands and stuff go, if there was none, I'd probably notice it. But since there's a lot, maybe it just kind of all blends in together.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Scottie, back here in the back, you're already at the point where people are starting to count up how many majors you might win, how many weeks you might be at number one. Staying in the moment is one thing when you're in a tournament, but how do you stay in the moment between tournaments? How do you avoid looking forward and looking out into the future years and decades?
I mean, I think it's pretty easy. I don't really try to look that far ahead. I mean, if I listen to the narratives around myself, if it was 2 months ago, it would probably look significantly different than it does now. I mean, I'm sure that wasn't a conversation y'all were having 2 months ago, and all of a sudden now it's like, oh, he's going to win this many tournaments or do that and do this, and I don't really pay attention to it, and I don't really care about it. I'm just trying to do the best that I can do out there each and every week, and as far as anything else, I'm not really too concerned with it. I may win a lot of major championships. I may be stuck at 2 the rest of my career. It doesn't really concern me in the moment. I'm just trying to prepare as best as possible for this week. And at home, it was a nice time to reflect a little bit on my career so far, and where my life has gone. I married my high school sweetheart, and I always wanted to play professional golf, and now I'm here. I was sitting there with a newborn in my arms and the green jacket sitting in the closet. It was pretty, it was a pretty special time, I think, at home. But at the same time, I think the competitiveness in me doesn't let me reflect too much, and I was still just trying to do my best to get ready to play this week.
These past couple of weeks aside, though, how do you just not look at media and not watch TV, keep an eye on what's being said about you?
Yeah, pretty much. I did watch golf actually last weekend for the first time in a while. I got to watch the tournament on Sunday and watched a little bit of the golf on Saturday as well, just because we were sitting around. It was nice to have something kind of in the background, and so I got to see a bit of the golf and saw some really nice golf being played. And I think part of me definitely wanted to be out there competing with these guys. So it's nice to be back out this week.
Go at 2, followed by Doug and Nick on 11.
Yeah, Scottie, with this being an Olympic year, have you given much thought to that yet? And are you planning to play in Paris this summer?
Yeah, I'm definitely planning on playing. Yeah, I think becoming an Olympian would be, a dream come true for sure. It'd be a nice, nice little thing to be able to trash talk my buddies about when they say golfers aren't athletes. I can claim I'm an Olympian. But yeah, I think it's definitely a tournament that it's been on my schedule, and I'll definitely be playing there if I'm able.
Scottie, I was talking to Ted a minute ago. You're 6 days into this fatherhood business. He's got a 17-year-old graduating high school this Saturday. How are you going to handle that one?
Well, me, Teddy's going home Friday night, coming back Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening after the graduation, or probably Saturday late night. I'm sure they'll do a little celebration after. But, that's something that we talked about from the beginning of our relationship was family always comes first, and that's the same thing for me as it is for my caddy. And so it was a pretty easy decision. He told me at the beginning of this year that was the date that it was. And so I got a backup caddy lined up. One of my buddies is going to carry the bag on Saturday, and then Ted will be back for Sunday's round.
Was it one of your buddies who was staying with you at Augusta this year?
No. It's one of my older friends who travels week to week out here. Is the tour chaplain. His name's Brad, and he's came for me on Saturday.
And lastly,
I trust him to rake a bunker more than my buddies.
lastly, I mean, you had a big break at the end of last year, but in terms of 3 weeks off in the course of a season, that's kind of rare for you. What is your frame of mind coming off reflection, special time? You hadn't golfed and competed,
I was about to say,
weeks.
I was able to practice and play plenty at home. Obviously the last week was a bit different with our son coming. But yeah, I would say 3 weeks is probably a bit of a longer break than I would usually take. I'm sure in a normal year I probably would have been playing at the Nelson. But yeah, definitely rested going into this week for sure. I don't really feel like any rust has accumulated. Like I said, I was able to play and practice a lot at home, and I'm able to do stuff at home to simulate tournament golf, especially on the greens, competing and gambling with my buddies. I don't really want to lose to them either, and so was able to simulate a little bit of competition at home.
Scottie, two-part question. Over the past couple of weeks, what's been the best piece of advice you've gotten on becoming a dad? And the second part is, what's the strangest piece of advice?
I feel like I haven't really gotten too much unsolicited advice, which I'm a bit thankful for. Every kid, I'm sure, is a lot different, and so I think you manage them each differently. Right now, I'm literally just standing there changing diapers and handing them back to Meredith so he can feed, and just letting him sleep on me. But it's exciting. I mean, couldn't imagine it being the way that it is, and it's a lot of fun. I miss him like crazy. It was not easy to leave the house Monday morning, but like I said, I told my son as I was leaving, I was like, I don't want to leave you right now, but I need to. I'm called to do my job to the best of my ability, and I felt like showing up Wednesday night wouldn't really be doing myself a service this week when it comes to playing and competing in the tournament, and so I had to show up, especially with the weather forecast. Showing up, being prepared and ready to play, and be back home as quick as I can.
Let's go next to 8, 12, 14, and 18.
Scottie over here. Hi. Are there some commonalities in this amazing run you've put together, things maybe you notice that maybe other people don't necessarily, whether it's unique in putting or any part of your game or the mental approach that stand out to you? Why it's been an exceptionally hot run.
Yeah, I've been playing pretty good. I've had some weeks where my swing didn't feel 100%, and I was able to make up for it with the putter. And then I had some weeks where maybe I wasn't holding a ton of putts, and I was able to make up for it with my ball striking. And I feel like I'm in a good headspace. Does anything stand out to me? I'm not really sure. I think I've just been playing some really good golf, and this game's funny. Sometimes you get good breaks, and sometimes you get bad breaks, and yeah, I think it's just a really difficult sport, and sometimes it can seem really easy, and then sometimes it can seem pretty tough. And the last couple months, it seems like it has felt fairly easy at times. And I think as a professional, I think that's always what you're striving for, and it's been nice to see some of the benefits of the work that I've put in and see some results on the course as well.
Welcome to Dad Life, mate. You're going to expect some changes, obviously, in how you've done things, though. Can you talk about what you envisage coming in the future, whether it's changing in practice time, reduced time at certain times? The call and the pull of home is going to be greater, obviously, from now on.
Yeah, I think just the continued efficiency, I think, is just continuing to get more efficient in the way I do things. I was at home working out on Sunday, and it was like the fastest workout I ever did at home, just because I was ready to go back in the living room and hang out with Mary and our son. And so I think a lot of that will come naturally, just being as focused as I can and just trying to stay present. And so when I'm out here at the golf course doing my job, I'm able to focus on that. And then when I get home, I'm able to leave the golf course there and focus on being with my wife and son.
Just a quick one. You said you're playing and gambling with your mates back home. How often do you actually lose to those guys with strokes involved?
Not too much, I would say. It depends on the game. I like to challenge myself as much as possible. And so, yeah, I mean, a decent amount, but I try not to lose too much.
Adam?
Scottie, is there any backstory on the name for your son?
No, not really. It's just a name that we liked. Just a name we liked.
Bob?
Do you feel that there might be a good terms of a good distraction that you've had here lately, instead of having to focus and get asked questions about your golf and keeping this run going, that you're kind of away from it, and you had a life issue to deal with, which was great, and do you see that helping you in any way?
I'm not really sure. I think throughout my career, I think I've learned a little bit of how to compartmentalize things, and I think as my career has gone on, I've been able to do a better job of that. I try to do my best to keep my personal life out of kind of the public eye. I think that's something that my wife and I, we like having almost two separate lives. I have my life out here in public, where I'm out here competing and playing in front of fans, and then we have our life at home, where we really just want to go home and hang out with our friends and go out to dinner and just be kind of regular old normal people and live our lives, because that's really who we are, I feel like. And so it's kind of a tough balance, because it's such an exciting time that I want to be able to share it with everybody, but there's also the balance of wanting to keep our private life, I think private and at home. So I think that's something that I'll learn as well, is kind of striking a balance between being able to share, the joy of being a parent with everybody, while also, keeping our kids' lives as private as possible.
Scottie, you said during the break and the birth of your son that you reflected a lot. When it comes to your career, what did you think about?
I mean, as far as my career goes, I think there was just a little bit of just kind of thankful times, mostly. Like I said, I'm sitting there with Meredith, and we started dating in high school, and I think at a lot of the time we still feel like children. And so to be sitting at home, awaiting the birth of our child and then bringing our child home, was definitely a very interesting feeling, because I think sometimes we both see just the kid in each other, and being responsible for another life form is a pretty interesting thing for us to be responsible for. But yeah, I think that's mostly what it was, just being thankful of where our lives have gone, and where this game of golf has taken us. And it was definitely nice. I can't really describe the feeling of dreaming of just coming and playing on the PGA Tour, to be sitting at home, with a girl I dated in high school, with our child, and then the green jacket sitting in the closet, is a pretty insane feeling. And I just wanted to be as thankful as possible. But I think the human heart is always, striving for more, and the competitiveness in me is, it doesn't really allow me to reflect really that much.
Great. We'll wrap things up with Jeff, followed by Mike 13.
Scottie, you built a nice record in the PGA Championship already. You hadn't seen Valhalla, but as you come here, what are you expecting of a PGA test?
Yeah, I think with the weather forecast this week, it may not be. The scores may not be as close to par as some other major championships. We'll see how the golf course plays. Like I said, I only played 9 holes yesterday and today, and so as the tournament goes on, we'll see how the course plays. But with soft greens and soft fairways, I'd imagine the scores would be fairly low here. I don't know exactly what the winning score will be like, but I think it'll be scores would be a little bit lower, I think, than the last major. But with any major championship, there's a lot more pressure. The golf courses are always a bit tougher, and this is a place where I feel like when you're hitting it really well, the golf course can open up for you, and there's definitely a lot of holes where you got to put the ball in play, just with the thick rough and a lot of good elevation change around this golf course. After playing 18 holes, it seems like a really good, fair test of golf. Par 3s seem pretty difficult. There's a couple par 5s you can get after, and then there's some par 4s that are the same way, but then there's also a couple par 4s that are pretty challenging as well. And so I think around this golf course, you got a good mix of holes. And I think as players, what we look for is just the best test of golf, not necessarily what the winning score is going to be. Just because it's even par doesn't mean that it was a great test of golf. I think what we're looking for is to be rewarded for our good shots and punished for the bad ones. And from what I've seen around this golf course, it seems like an appropriate test.
Along those lines, Max Homa was in here earlier mentioning kind of, he feels like the types of courses and the way the PGA Championship is played over the years has kind of formed an identity, almost maybe like an old kind of U.S. Open style setup, lots of drivers, lots of long irons. Have you noticed kind of a trend in the way this championship is veered setup-wise?
I mean, to me, it has always seemed pretty challenging. I think the major championships have leaned into trying to be the toughest tests. And I think at a lot of major championship golf courses, it eliminates a lot of the shorter hitters out here. Just with how long the golf courses are and with how firm they usually try to get them for majors, it's extremely challenging for a shorter hitter to be able to compete. And is that necessarily the best test? I'm not really sure. But I think it's kind of finding the balance between still challenging the longer hitters while also, giving all the guys opportunities for scoring. It's a tough balance, really, and it all depends on weather conditions, and there's a lot of different factors that go into that. But I think this week with the greens probably being a little bit softer, we'll see how the course plays. But I think the PGA especially has definitely leaned into wanting to be a more difficult test. I mean, you look at Oak Hill last year, that's pretty challenging, and the courses before that I think were pretty challenging as well.